Article 4. Okay, this is in effect now in Wolverhampton. Any HMO landlords in here? You guys over there, yeah. Okay, so Article 4, what does it mean? As we know HMOs at the moment, HMOs, how many tenants do you think how many tenants does there need to be to create a HMO? What do we think? 3? Anything else? 3. Okay, absolutely correct. Any tenancy that has 3 non-related individuals sharing a property, it is a HMO. Now, where people get confused is if you have 5 or more tenants and it's over 3 floors, it's classed as a licensable HMO. But nevertheless, 3 non-related individuals, you are in effect creating a HMO. There's hundreds of properties where 3 people that are non-related live together in a house. And for years, we haven't had to class it as a HMO. But Article 4, what it means is that all properties from September the 14th, 2017, that the council deemed to be having a change of material use. So is it C4 to C3 or C3 to C4? So basically from residential to HMO, they must apply for planning before you do so. So I'll give you a scenario. We had 3 nurses. This is very common. Property down on Bentley Bridge, 3-storey property, 3 nurses. They all know each other, work together for years. They want to rent a property. The property that they want to rent has never been used as a HMO before. It's a single let dwelling. But we're now about to turn it into a HMO because these 3 people are not related. So this landlord now has to apply for planning because we're changing the use of the property. This doesn't apply for 2 HMOs that are already in existence and you can prove that they have already been operating as a HMO. So Martin put his hand up earlier and said that he owns HMOs, which he does. 6 people live in Martin's HMOs. But he won't have to apply for planning because it's not retrospective and we have evidence that they've been operating in that manner for the last 6-7 years. But we have to be compliant. So what we said to our landlord in this case was, what we need to do is we need to treat this as a HMO for the compliance elements. So we will have to put in a fire door on the kitchen. It will have to have mains operated smoke alarms throughout on each floor interlinked, not just battery. It will have to have a mains operated smoke alarm in the lounge, so an additional one. A fire blanket and a fire door on the kitchen. And basically, on the bedroom we didn't need it. On the bedroom we didn't need it because it was a 3 people. What we needed was fitted doors that closed well, but with self-closers on. So basically all we've got to do is comply with HMO regulations, but we don't have to apply for planning even though the rules tell us that we do. So I said to her, okay then, so what if we fall foul of this? What are the penalties? She said, we'll write to you. I said, oh, okay. I said, and then what? She says, well, after we've written to you and we've told you to fix the problem, what we'll do is, the next step is we'll put a charge on your property. I says, oh, okay. And she says, and then you can appeal it if you want to, and that'll take about 9 months. She said, so basically in about 2 years, what will happen is we'll prosecute you if you're still operating it illegally. So basically they've not got anything panned out to deal with this properly. We as landlords, we as agents don't really know what to tell you because for me the rule book says 3 to 6, this needs planning. They also told me that if it's a house that they would have granted planning on, even though you haven't got it, they wouldn't pursue you anyway. So, what we've said is, if you do get any tenancies where there are 3 sharers that are non-related, please call the council and speak to the lovely, intelligent, informative lady who will probably tell you you're not changing the use of your property and you don't need planning. And where possible, get that in writing to make sure that you don't fall foul of this, new regulation. But what I will say is if you are going to be renting room by room, And that's on individual tenancies, not because this scenario, remember, we are talking about 3 friends, we are talking about 1 tenancy. If you're doing it individually, if you're putting locks on the doors, the whole situation changes. You are now entering HMO change of use territory, and you therefore will most likely need to get planning. And that's from anything between 3 to 6 tenants.